Okay. Hi guys. I'm recording audio on my phone because the computer can't pick it up. So I'm gonna link it to the video after. But yeah, I just want to make a video because making videos is something I've wanted to do for like a long time, and it's really scary. So I want to try and just do it without really thinking. So that's my plan. I've got a list of a few stuff I want to talk about. Okay, so something I've been doing recently is analysing my dreams, and it's a fascinating thing to do. At least I just find it so interesting because I've always been interested in dreams, but for a lot of my life I didn't remember many of my dreams. So recently I started doing a dream journal, and just the act of recalling the dreams actually helps loads in remembering even more. So like when I started this one journal like 2 weeks ago, and it just helps so much. Like trying to remember dreams, it's like building the muscle. When you try and remember a dream and you're able to recall it, it's like building the muscle. And then I've been able to remember the majority of nights since I started, and I've been putting them into AI. I don't know if this is the best way to read the dreams, but that's what I've been doing so far. I know there's obviously Freud has like free association, and I've been doing a bit of that, but mostly just been putting into AI or looking up like symbols on the internet. And it's so interesting. It's like it literally lets you see into your unconscious. I'd always heard like psychoanalysts talk about it before, but until recently I never realised that it's literally your unconscious. Like that's what the dreams are. Obviously, because your unconscious works symbolically, so you can read it. If you can understand the symbols, you can read the dream, basically. And yeah, and I just wanted to mention because it's I feel like it's a really cool thing to do. It's really fun for me, and I feel like I usually get something out of it. And then weirdly, even when I put into AI with no context, they usually link to something in my real life straight away. Sometimes they're a bit more under the surface, but yeah. And I had a few recently, and basically, yeah, they made me realise a few things that I'm doing in my life that I guess I want to stop doing or need to reevaluate. One of those things is getting stuck in my own head. I think this is such a not universal, but I think a lot of people have some sort of problem with this. When I say getting stuck in my head, I also mean getting stuck in my ego, because I think it's very similar. Like trying to outthink problems, trying to protect yourself, just all the ego activities. It shows up a lot for me in trying to intellectualize things that I just need to accept, or just not think about that much, and I just try and find an answer where there isn't an answer, or try and find an answer that wouldn't even help me if I did find it. And yeah, also in that's led to me recently creating problems for myself. It's like there wasn't even a problem in the first place, and I'm thinking about it so much that I think there's a problem, and I obviously don't need to be doing that. So that's one thing I've noticed. And another thing is, it's very similar, but the logic versus emotion split, which is, I know it's a thing. It's obviously represented by like the yin-yang forces of the universe, masculine, feminine, whatever you want to call it. And that's shown in men and women, obviously. And as a man, I tend to be more logical when I'm thinking about things. And it doesn't always work in my favour. I feel like sometimes I just use logic so much that I'm just not listening to my body, I'm not listening to my actual emotions, because logic drowns them out. And so something I'm trying to do is really feel what I'm feeling and understand, be more in tune with my body, I guess. And I'm trying to do that through meditation. Yeah, I want to do body scans, basically, which I didn't realise I wanted to do until recently, because I feel like being able to genuinely tune into your own body is kind of a rare skill nowadays, especially because so many things that people do are removed from the body. It's like the internet doesn't require your body to do anything, but reactions still come up and you don't notice them. So I feel like sitting there and just noticing the body is gonna be good for me. I'm kind of just saying this to know to make myself realize what I need to do, but I'm making the video anyway. So yeah, body scan meditation I think would be good. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, maybe girls have more of a problem about thinking too, or being too emotional and not being rational. But yeah, I'm very much, I had a problem recently where I thought,
yeah, hey,
yeah, basically it was with my girlfriend, and because we both have uni in 5 months, 6 months, something like that, and I think I want to be single for uni, and I didn't tell her for a while. We didn't talk about it because it's kind of an awkward topic, which is the first step, but that obviously didn't happen. And then I built it up in my own head so much, and then when I finally ended up telling her, I was just spiraling in my own head, thinking what's the point? It's not gonna work then. So, and I broke it off immediately, which was not a very nice thing to do from my part, and it just wasn't. I thought it was the most rational thing to do, but it really wasn't, because yeah, in my head it was, I'd thought about it logically, and it was the best thing to do, and it was horrible. It was we're back together now, and I shouldn't have done that. But yeah, that's one example of me being too logical over emotion, and it's not always the best thing. Yeah, and I analysed a dream I had. I think also, side note, my dream analysis, it's good, but I need to not get too caught up in it, because again, that's a very logical, it's an abstract thing. I just need to make sure that the things that I get out of the dream analysis I actually change in my real life, because otherwise it's just intellectual work, intellectualization, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I had one yesterday of basically the interpretation was that I dreamt of my anima, and it was this Spanish girl who was naked next to the sea, and I was just talking to her on a beach, and if any of you seen Y Tu Mama Tambien, the Spanish film, she's the main character in that. That was the vibes I was getting. And if you haven't seen that, it's basically she's dying of cancer. Is that a spoiler? Sorry if that's a spoiler. She's dying of cancer, and she goes on a road trip with these two guys, and she's just totally carefree, radically honest. And it's weird to see people like that, because everyone's so caught up in their egos, and caught up in trying to perform, and caught up in trying to be something they're not, or suppress something that they don't like, or anything of that nature. And she's just not like that. And the person in the dream wasn't like that. It just felt she was very true. And the dream said that person was my animal, which is in Jungian psychology the female part inside of a man, and it's like, I don't fully understand it, but I think it's the ideal feminine side of you that you need to integrate. And that those kind of people, I feel like, are so enticing, for me at least. There's something so attractive about someone who's just so themselves and so honest. And the fact that she was naked in the dream, it's like, I didn't even notice that it was like crazy or anything, because like speaking to someone while they're naked is kind of an unusual thing, but it just seemed so normal because she was so confident and, I guess, open. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider. Just, I think, just the presence, like she had such presence about her that she brought into the conversation that we were having in my dream. And I just felt heard, and I wanted to listen to her because she was listening to me. And what was that thing? Presence and, embodiment as well. Like, she was just very embodied, and I feel like that's a very important thing. I've heard Galahad Eridanus on YouTube talk about, or mention embodiment as a really important thing. And yes, and she's like, she was dancing in the dream, which I think is very symbolic of just kind of taking, what's the word? Just being confident in herself, and like represents being able to express yourself fully and honestly and openly and not care what you think. And that's what I'm trying to do right now, and something I think I want to make sure I do in the future. But yeah, I just wanted to make a little video about, I guess, dreams I've been having recently and things I've got from them. But yeah, on the same note that I just made, I think I'm gonna try dancing, because, I feel on my journey of like, just, what's the word, individuation, I guess, like less and less things have made me scared and brought up like a conflict in me. Like, I did the school play like a few weeks, like last week, and that was like, if you asked me last year, I would not have done that. I'm in year 13 in the UK, and that was like scary at first, but really good for me, because you have to just let go of your ego. Like, there's so many guys who just can't do like acting or dancing in the musicals because it's like gay and it's like cringe. But when I threw myself into it, and you just have to just do it. And I think dancing itself still has that quality for me, where it's like kind of scary and unknown and embarrassing. And so I think it's something I want to try and do. I don't know if I want to do classes or just by myself. But yeah, because dancing is just the purest self-expression, I feel like. And yeah, I mean, I looked up on the internet as like, what's the Jungian symbolism, because I'm obsessed with Carl Jung, of dancing, and it's like the expression of the true self, he said. And yeah, I never thought about dancing like that, but I guess maybe that's why it has that charge for me. Because some people just like don't care. Some people love dancing, and I kind of wish I could be like that. So I want to try. But yeah, I'll probably end it there. There's not really much else to say on the topic. But yeah, I'm going to try be more honest. Start dancing in a literal sense and a metaphorical sense. Yeah, thanks for a horrible end to the video, but yeah.